show you around my ham radio station, which I've re-established after a couple of years not really being on the air other than 2 meters. So this is HF radio. Transceiver is an Icom 735, which is quite an old radio. It's just been overhauled and realigned, and it's running very well. It's on 40 meters at the moment. It has the 250 Hz CW filter fitted, which is currently on. It has passband tuning, no DSP of course, nothing like that, but it works very well. Split frequency, quite a nice looking radio. At the back there we have dummy load, which is a commercial grade one, so you can see that. Up here got power supply. This is a switch mode power supply. Now, the interesting thing about this one is it's got the noise offset control, but what I've discovered is that the noise is only really an issue on 80 meters. On all the other bands it's fine, so there really isn't any issues with it. It's been fine noise wise, and it produces plenty of current, and it wasn't very expensive. Now, this power meter isn't in use. This is HF to 200 megahertz. I think it's not particularly accurate, but I use it for testing the aerials in the car. ATU, a bit controversial. It's not an MFJ, it's a Zetagi. Picked it up second hand for £51, including postage. It's got a lot going for it. It has got, if you look at that, you can select 2 antennas or long wire, and you can also select to send the signal to dummy load, which is obviously useful. And you have 2 ranges of 50 or 500 watts on the meter, and the meter is pretty accurate. Now, the good thing about this ATU is that the capacitors are much heftier and better made than the MFJ. It's a much better one. The only problem with it is that the inductor is not air cooled, so it does get a bit hot, and there's a bit lossy in the coil, but I think that's something I could probably fix. But overall it's still better than the MFJ. Only downside is that this fantastic meter doesn't have a backlight. There is nowhere to plug one in, so I think I might add an LED in there for backlighting. And I'll just show you my QSL card. There we go. GM4SVM. That's me. Now, this was LZ1 JZ printed these over in Bulgaria, so very good printing, not too expensive, and that's the skyline of the city of Edinburgh with the castle and the Balmoral Hotel, such like. So there we have it. We'll see that this guy's still called CQDX. It's a station in the Netherlands, but of course what's missing from here is the Morse key. I have a whole selection of Morse keys, but they're not currently wired up because I've had problems getting the plugs sorted out. So that is the next thing. In the next couple of days I will be resolving that, and everything will be back to normal. Just to explain that this item here is actually a piece of shop display equipment. It's made of Perspex. We buy for work leaflet holders, and the same company that makes those is a shop display one, and this is meant for displaying a television set on in a hi-fi shop or electrical shop. But it was dirt cheap at the time, and it actually looks rather professional, so there we are. A few things to sort out here, cables to sort out, Morse keys to sort out, but other than that I am very happy with progress. Antenna wise, of course the antennas need set up. This is just running off a wire inside the room here to pick that up, but it's getting me started, and I'm going to have an aerial outside fairly quickly. So that's me back on the air. Right, thank you, bye.